Citizens Business Bank Arena, Geeter. It's our yearly trip to the IE and a beautiful place to watch some basketball. The shorthanded Lakers making their way out onto the court tonight as Spectrum Sportsnet, as always, proudly presents the NBA. Tonight, round 2, Nuggets and the Lakers. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Game 3 of 6 here in the preseason. And as we mentioned, a shorthanded squad for the Lakers. The bigs are not ready to go yet. Brandon Ingram will play. And much to the disappointment of this sold-out crowd here tonight, because he went to high school right down the road, Lonzo's not going to play with that bad ankle.
Yeah, there's going to be some disappointed people because they're just assuming right now that he's just not out on the floor, that he's going to make his entrance, but he's not.
Kyle Kuzma. He might be the best guy on the team right now. In fact, he's playing as the best guy on the Laker team right now, the rookie. And we saw bits and pieces of it, obviously, during Summer League.
No question, he's been the most consistent player so far. I know only 2 games, but his consistency has been really remarkable for a young player. And he plays like he's been around for quite some time. I love the mentality with which he approaches the game. He's in attack mode all the time on the offensive end. If he has a speck of daylight, it's going up, and generally it's going in. He's shown that he's got a good touch. He's got a good variety of shots.
It was interesting when Luke Walton was talking after the last game, Stu. He said the player who made the biggest leap from game 1 to game 2 was a guy who put up a double-double, and that's Julius Randle.
And that's unusual for Julius because, you know, when you look at Julius, you think his game is pretty much right there. You know what you're going to get. He's a guy that really likes to attack the glass, likes to attack the paint offensively off the dribble. But he's showing a little bit more patience in that the second game, where he realized that, yeah, I can still get to the rim, especially in early offense, and that's when he's at his best, when it's early offense and the defense hasn't locked in and settled in so that they can really see him attacking the rim. But he's recognizing that mid-range jumper just a little bit more.
Well, with all these guys out, some others will get an opportunity. Let's see if they seize it, and let's see if the Lakers can button down their defense tonight. Nuggets, Lakers, we'll get it going from Ontario in a minute.
Hello again. Big Game James, Coop, Brez, Chris McGee. We got Lakers and Nuggets coming up in just a few minutes. Take a look at the starting lineup. No Lonzo Ball, no Brandon Ingram. So Tyler Ennis, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Luol Deng, and Julius Randle will start along with the rookie, the 42nd pick, Thomas Bryant out of Indiana. James.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is preseason. You know, you got some players missing. I like Thomas Bryant. I mean, this kid is active. He's a really good passer out of the post. He can shoot the 16, 17-footer. He's always agile, never a spectator. So, you know, he's got a big upside. I don't know what it's going to be with the Lakers, but he does have a career in the NBA.
Big opportunity, Coop, with Bogut and Lopez coming back on Sunday for Thomas Bryant
For
tonight.
sure. Come on out and play. Luol Deng, I'm waiting for you. Come on.
Luol Deng getting
That's
a little
right.
veteran presence in that starting lineup.
Thomas Bryant, career record holder, Indiana University for field goal percentage, and he shot threes too. So this guy can do it down low and at the arc.
All right, we'll be back here at halftime after the break. It's back to Bill and Stu for the tip-off. Enjoy the game, everybody. Preseason game number 3, Lakers and Nuggets next. Coop.
Ontario, California, Citizens Business Bank Arena, and we're getting set for the Lakers and the Nuggets. The Lakers still looking for their first win. Nuggets are 2-0 after beating the Lakers the other night and starting with a win over Golden State up in Oakland. Well, this starting lineup looks a whole lot different than the other night, doesn't it? Deng, Bryant, and Ennis get a chance at the starting lineup. KCP and Julius Randle are holdovers from the other night. For the Denver Nuggets, Michael Malone's team, we saw Moutier at the point to start the game. We'll see Jamal Murray this evening. Trey Lyles gets an opportunity. Hernan Gomez. So it's a completely different starting 5, really, for both of these two teams. Lexus Keys, Stu Lance.
Well, some of the things we want to concentrate on tonight for keys to the game is the defense, number one. They've got to really focus in on their team defense and get that under control. And then hit some threes. They've been not very, very efficient as a team from that distance. And, of course, as always, that stay healthy thing is magnified tonight without, of course, Lonzo and Brandon Ingram.
Mike, we're going to call him KCP quite a bit this year. Contavious Caldwell Pope, what you got for us on him tonight?
Well, look, so KCP showed something last game that the Lakers are aware of. He can make plays. He's not just a 3-and-D guy. In fact, he had 4 assists last game against Denver. And this is a skill set that he has, whether he's attacking off the dribble, whether he's using screen rolls. He's really a complete basketball player and not just somebody who's going to spot up in the corner. Now, of course, defense may be his best skill. That's something the Lakers are going to rely upon him all year. But there's more to KCP's game. Still a young player, and he wants to keep showing how he's improved, guys.
And that's important to continue to improve your skills.
Lyles, who grew up a huge Kobe Bryant fan, turns it over. Here's Caldwell Pope trying to dish to the trailer. Nobody there. So a turnover for the Lakers. They had 22 of them against this team the other night. 15 threes by Denver 2 nights ago. And the Lakers left a lot of key players unattended. Gary Harris, though, who had 25 points, is not starting, but Hernan Gomez knocks it down from distance.
Well, Gomez is not bashful. Although you can't be bashful in the leagues these days. If you get a shot, you got to take it.
One of the surprises in camp, Tyler Ennis, according to Luke Walton. In fact, he said he's the biggest surprise in camp. He dished it out and then the missed shot. Here's Jamal Murray. Murray dumps it under to Plumlee. Out to Lyles, 3 on the way. So they've hit 2 threes. What did we say? You got to stop the 3, and they've hit 2 in the first minute tonight.
Yeah, you recover on the defensive end when you're in help, and the ability to recover back to your own man or to match up, very, very important.
Stu, I thought Deng showed some freshness the other night. Made a couple of outside jump shots.
Yeah, very energetic the other night.
Julius, who had that double-double. And they missed that one badly. Here come the Denver Nuggets. Once again, over-under by the pundits this year, put around 45.5. They will battle for a playoff spot. It's going to be very interesting to see how things play out in the West.
You know, Trey Lyles is another interesting player for the Nuggets coming over from the Utah Jazz. He's very deceptive.
Underneath Jamal Murray, I think this system's going to fit Trey Lyles better than the system down in Utah, too.
And a lot of times that's what it's all about, the player in the system that he gets caught up in.
A little back and forth. Deng and Randall and Luol is going to try one. Lakers miss again. Lakers the other night shot 46% overall. Will Barton tipped up and missed by Plumlee. He's going to stay with it. Plumlee misses, but he'll get a couple of free throws.
Plumlee took advantage of the high screen, and they had to switch over a little bit. That put him on a smaller player, and he was able to get to the glass.
Luke Walton without Lopez and Bogut. Ingram, who has the head contusion and the ankle turn by Lonzo Ball, and he won't play tonight. We expect them to be ready for Sunday when we are in Las Vegas. And here they are. Lonzo very badly wanted to go tonight. In fact, we didn't get word till about a half hour before game time that he wasn't going to play. Sitting next to Kuzma and Brandon. Hey, by with everybody, you know, Stu, everybody makes threes now in the NBA. You realize Plumlee has never made one in his career? He may be the only guy in the league.
You're right.
Here's Ennis. That's going to be blocked.
Maybe the only guy in the league.
Maybe the only guy. He's 0 for 16. Mason Plumlee.
But when you look at Mason's game, you can understand why. You know, they say man must know his limitations.
He does.
He knows his limitations, and he's not a 22-foot shooter.
Now Tyler Ennis, after that move towards the basket, the aggressive move.
Trying to scratch for the Lakers, get them on the board.
Let's get him off the goose egg. And on the other bench is Michael Malone. 5th year as an NBA head coach, age 46. He was an assistant with the Knicks, the Cavs, the Hornets, the Warriors. And then he was a head coach in Sacramento, and here he is in Denver. So the Lakers are on the board, 8-2. We are at the halfway point of this preseason. October 19th is opening night. Jamal Murray, a little shake and bake under to Plumlee. They'll kick it back out to Hernan Gomez. Good ball movement. Open man in the corner. They don't make a mistake.
Trey Lyles again. He's just a very deceptive player. Always under control.
Caldwell Pope, good move all the way to the rim as he glides in for a deuce.
Trey Lyles wasn't very under control that time as he was the last line of defense there, and KCP just blew by him.
KCP has put up 15, 5, and 4 the other night. Lakers get it back. Caldwell Pope underneath to Julius. Missed time. He has to come down, and he missed the layup. Stays with it. Oh, and he's going to get 2 free throws. Well, the thought process definitely was there. Just a little bit off on the timing.
Yeah, it was a good decision by Julius. He did not have the angle to do what he wanted to do with the lob. So catch it, come down, gather yourself, and then take it back up. So let's see if he can convert some free throws. He misses the first of 2.
Julius, another thing that Luke really liked was his defense the other night. And still how vocal he was on defense. Lakers have lacked a little communication in that department last year, and he likes the fact that this team, especially Julius, getting a little vocal there.
Well, and it's very important for your entire team to talk, but especially your bigs, because guards are around the perimeter, and they have their back to the other bigs, and when screens are coming and things of that nature, they've got to be told where it is. So it's important for the bigs to chatter.
Hernan Gomez, brother plays in New York. His name is Willie. Here's Caldwell Pope. Going to lob it under again. This time it's to Thomas Bryant. Oh, good feed to Dent, who is running baseline to score.
That's a nice read by Julius.
There's Thomas Bryant, who will pick up the assist. Out of Kentucky, Jamal Murray. Boy, did he have a Rising Stars game and an All-Star weekend to remember last year. Here he is. He's ticketed to be the starter, although Emmanuel Mudiay has played well here in camp. Barton, nothing but net.
Mr. Streaky.
Caldwell Pope, you could say the same thing about him.
Yeah.
You know, you're not looking to KCP for the big game every night, but he's capable, of course.
They're going to look for him to be at least around the 14, 15 point
You would
mark.
hope. You know, the leading scorer might be Brook Lopez when he gets out onto the court. Here is Lyles. He puts it up. He puts it in. And he's going to get a 3-point opportunity.
That time, Lyles did a good job of reading where Thomas Bryant was coming from and gets the hoop. Another look back with our Carl's cam with that read by Thomas Bryant. I inadvertently said it was Julius. It was a good decision by Thomas Bryant to be under control and read where his teammate was running the baseline.
There's Trey, a Canadian out of Saskatchewan. He's going to miss the 3-point opportunity. He's going to get another chance at it, though.
The Lakers had a lane violation. It should have been on Luau Deng, I believe.
Lyles was acquired along with Tyler Lydon for Donovan Mitchell on draft night.
You surprised that the Jazz gave up on Lyles so fast?
Yeah, well, we
Not so
saw
fast,
him. He played well when we saw him.
Yeah.
You know, he can really stretch it out. Big guy. Denver will be the beneficiary of it. 17-10. Lakers are down. Lakers had a really good first quarter 2 nights ago, scored 31, but it was downhill from there. And here is Kyle Kuzma. Already a crowd favorite with Laker fans everywhere, and rightfully so. He's the leading scorer on this team, and quite frankly, he's played the best basketball.
And he's versatile, so right now he's at the 3 position. He can play the 3-4.
And Stu, he scored every way imaginable the last couple of games. Caldwell Pope. I mean, think about
Well,
it.
that's really what you like.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be one-dimensional with your any phase of your offensive game.
And he is anything but. Will Barton came over from Portland. Hernan Gomez, again, a good touch pass. Jamal Murray, look out. All of a sudden, Denver has doubled up the Lakers 20-10. They had 7 different guys make a 3 2 nights ago at Staples Center. Great depth. Barton takes it away. Another Laker turnover. Murray sizes it up from the other side. It doesn't matter. And the bench loves it, and the Lakers need a timeout.
You know, again, Murray is a good shooter from the perimeter, and they're moving the ball. And it always helps when you're turning it over. And the Lakers turned it over, and the Nuggets took the rest of the distance, and Mr. Murray says, I'm in bounds. You can count it.
Lakers basketball is being brought to you by Carl's Jr. Introducing the $5 All-Star Meals. There's no better way to spend $5 only at Carl's Jr. Citizens Business Bank Arena and Denver, Stu, dialing long distance. All of their field goals are three-pointers so far in the game.
Wow. So I think that defensively the Lakers are going to have to tighten up. Turnover.
Yeah, well, Caruso now going to get doubled up. It is. And Murray calls a timeout to save a possession. So Alex Caruso, who signed that two-way deal after an impressive summer league, loses the basketball. When we come back, Stu,
we'll see what we can do about controlling the basketball.
All right.
Well, in the Lakers' last game, Lonzo Ball tweaked an ankle on a blocked shot attempt, and that's the reason why he's not in uniform. Well, he's in uniform, so to speak, but not going to play tonight. It was close to halftime, so they took him directly to the locker room Monday night. Hopefully, he'll be ready to roll in the next Lakers game,
which is Sunday night at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. As that city's still reeling and coming together as a community. And we will be there on Saturday night. The game again is Sunday at 6. And that'll be against the Sacramento Kings. Same five for Denver. Lakers, though, on the floor. Clarkson, Nance, Zubats, Caruso, and Kuzma. See if this unit can get things going. Murray throws it right into the hands of Zubats.
And they played that pick and roll pretty well that time.
Here's Larry. Hasn't played well the last couple of games offensively, for sure, and he missed the layup there. Been frustrated. Lakers get it again. Here they come. Caruso, left wing is Clarkson, right wing is Kuzma. Count it for Kuz as he rides it up and rides it in. Caruso will get the assist.
Now, I like the way Kuzma filled the lane because that ball was turned over, and really Caruso had the advantage with the ball, but really running the floor well was Kuzma, and he finishes and gets a three-point opportunity.
Kuzma now on the year, 19 for 30 in the preseason with that basket. Shooting about 65%. One thing he wants to do a little bit better, though, and he talked about it, rebound the basketball.
Yeah, rebound and the defensive end. All of them want to play a little better defense.
Lyles away from Junior. Give it up now to Murray and Caruso. Well, this unit all of a sudden playing some defense. Larry Nance all the way. Larry Nance off the rim. And he'll get free throws. So some good energy on the five on the floor for the Lakers.
That was good ball pressure that time by Caruso, as he's the guy that comes away with the steal. He tried to just a lazy pass, and he was there to put the pressure on the ball, come away with the steal, and Larry Nance to shoot two.
Larry with the right index finger sprain. Had 5 fouls the other night, just 1 point and 1 rebound. It was really a frustrating evening for him. The Lakers mobile app is your inside source for all access to everything Lakers. Follow Lakers news, get game day stats, find seat upgrades, and more. All within the Lakers. Download today for free on Apple and Android devices.
1 out of 2 for Larry.
And the Lakers are down 23-14. A little past the halfway mark of quarter number 1 from Ontario. Again, no Ingram and no Lonzo Ball tonight. Nursing injuries if you're just tuning in. Lyles, weak side rebound, goes offensively to Plumlee. Murray, this is trouble. It's straight away, and he drills it.
Yeah, they have 2 uh-oh players on their team in the backcourt, and that's Murray and, of course, Harris. Harris not in uniform tonight, or not expected to play.
Yeah, who had 25 points the other night in 21 minutes. Clarkson's going to try a triple. Flanks that one off the back of the rim, and Plumlee with the rebound. Barton looks to attack, and look at him go all the way to the rim. No defense back there for the Lakers. And they doubled them up again, 28-14. There's Clarkson's little runner in the lane, tipped up and in nicely by Larry Nance Jr.
Wow. Trey Lyles had inside position and didn't do the job, as Larry just jumped over him and got the tip.
4 years at Wyoming for Larry Nance Jr. before he came into the pros. He's really flexing his leadership quality so far in camp. We're going to get a push off. That time Larry was the one caught.
You know, there's still 4 and some change left to go here in this first quarter. The Lakers have given up 28 points already, so one of the keys was to focus on that defense. They need to really start to pick it up in that department.
There's a lot of commotion over by that Denver bench. I thought they were going to do a complete line change. Instead, we will see Fareed into the game and Moutier. Again, Fareed has been told he'll be coming off the bench. And as you said the other day, it's okay that it doesn't sit well with him, and it's certainly not.
I don't want it to sit well with any of the players.
Yeah,
if you're happy sitting over there on the bench, you don't deserve on the team.
Boy, Caruso showed that ball from about the free throw line, and Barton took advantage with that unbelievable swat into the seats.
Well, Barton wasn't the primary defender, so it made it easy for him. As he was being defended by Murray, and Barton says, wait a minute. That's just too easy to let go, and he swats it up in the fifth row instead of just tapping it and going the other way.
Ball inbound now to Zoo. Zoo didn't do anything the other night offensively, but he scores here.
Suicide steal there by Plumlee. Once you don't get that one, boy, you're in deep trouble.
18 minutes. Zubac didn't score the other night. Had 4 rebounds and 3 turnovers, but that was a nice move with the left hand to the bucket. 3.5 to go in the quarter. Plumlee got caught behind the rim and got fouled by Ivica Zubac. The 20-year-old, again, held scoreless the other evening in those 18 minutes.
Zubac showing a little bit of disbelief there, and he's normally one that doesn't show any kind of reaction. I like the fact that he's, into this game now and showing some emotion.
We've got 0-0 and 0 in the game for Denver. Jarrell Arthur, the veteran. There's Emmanuel Moutier, who has been a bright spot here in camp. Puts Larry Nance away and goes up and under and scoop and score.
Good footwork that time by Moutier. You can do that a lot with shot blockers, the guys that are high fly acts.
Lakers down a dozen. Clarkson trying to work it. Clarkson all the way, and he gets blocked that time by Jarrell Arthur. They will move it with Jameer Nelson, who's in the game. So Jameer, who had been nursing that toe injury, good to go tonight. Jarrell Arthur for 3, as if they need another one.
They've got a host of guys to do it.
Look at Kuzma trying to go in between. He ran into Jameer, and then we had a whistle.
Call it a blocking foul. Yeah. So that's going to send Kuzma. They should be in the bonus, aren't they? Yeah, they're in the bonus, so free throws coming. Kuzma, get to the line. You know what scores do.
Come on. He's only shot a couple so far. He's made them. By the way, one of his best friends in the world, Monty Morris, is on the other bench. They've known each other since they were 8 years old. Well, tonight, on an all-new episode of Backstage Lakers, go behind the scenes as the new squad comes together for the first time on Media Day. Plus, Luka's mic'd up for the start of training camp. Don't miss Backstage Lakers. That is tonight after the postgame show on Spectrum Sportsnet. And Kuzma right in.
Zoo goes out. Dane comes back in, trying to match up foot speed here.
Kuzma had 11 points in the fourth quarter the other night, on his way to 23 as the Lakers mounted a bit of a comeback. Fell short. The Lakers were smart, trying to find 0 towards the end of the game. Fareed, that's about the extent of his range, and he hits a 15-footer corner of the key.
Boy, under control that time, though. Normally he plays at such a frenetic pace.
Yes, he's the ultimate energy guy. Kuzma, he's got it again. Just keeps on going.
Yeah, I mean, he's sending a message to everybody that if you're going to guard me, you better not give me any space.
He's making a message and sending it to the Laker bench saying, I'm going to play. Here is Moutier. Little step back. That's nice. So Emmanuel Moutier with the bucket.
It's his second basket, and both of them have been the result of pretty good footwork.
Trying to go baseline, spinning. Look at that. Turn and score off the glass. Kyle Kuzma. What did I say?
Speaking of footwork.
What did I say? He scores every way possible. It's pretty remarkable.
That's what scorers do.
That's right.
Shooters are just that. They just shoot. Scorers score in a variety of ways. As Kuzma, just a change of direction. The defender's there, taking something away, come back the other way off the glass. That's it. That's tough to defend.
Well, think about this for a second, too. The Lakers' top three-point shooters from last year are all gone. D'Angelo Russell, Nick Young, and Lou Williams. And Kyle Kuzma is showing that not only can he score from anywhere on the floor, but he can be a reliable three-point shooter, and they're going to need him.
They're going to need him to be a scorer in any way possible. He's showing that he can do that in any way possible.
Well, they just polled all the GMs in the NBA, too. Lots of things came out of that. And one was Dennis Smith was the first steal of the draft, and Kuzma the second steal, according to GMs. Underneath, that's a good feed, and wide open is Clarkson to glide in and score.
Well, good job by Dang of, again, controlling his body, because the defender was there, but he was under such control, he was able to leave his feet, but yet find the pass.
Jameer Nelson, a wily veteran. He's got a little uphill battle with two youngsters ahead of him. Beasley to score.
How many shooters do they have?
A lot.
You never have too many shooters.
Clarkson has that ripped away. Malik Beasley out of Florida State.
Nuggets got burned by, you never switch when your man catches the ball with his back to the basket and he hasn't given up his dribble. They tried to switch on that play, and Jordan Clarkson just pivoted and went right down the gut and gets fouled.
Denver shooting 60% in the quarter. And they put up a 37 on the Lakers.
Ooh, that's a bunch of points.
And they have 7 threes. They are 7 out of 10 from beyond the arc.
That's a bunch of points.
It is a bunch of points. They were the third highest scoring team in the NBA last year. And I think we mentioned they want to go warp speed this year, especially at home with that mile-high advantage. They could be tough to beat there. Think about it.
Yeah.
With this team, Fareed underneath turns and scores.
With pace of game in the NBA now, everybody's shooting the ball so much faster. You're going to have scores. Teams are going to give up a bit more points. But this is a little bit much, 39 in the first quarter.
Caruso goes all the way to the rim, down the middle to convert. Nelson will shake and bake. He's going to try a three over Larry Nance. Got to get a bounce. They'll get a fresh 24. It's about 7 ahead of the game clock. Darrell Arthur lost it, got it, passed it, and Fareed dunked it.
The Lakers had two opportunities there to come away with a steal and couldn't handle the ball, and they get a dunk.
Yeah, Darrell just had botched it completely, but it came right back to him. And Denver has gone past the 40 mark here in the first quarter.
Boy, they did another bad switch. They're just not talking and communicating, they being the Nuggets.
But Clarkson will get free throws here with 5.8 remaining in the first quarter.
That time Nelson just assumed that they would switch, and Arthur wasn't in the switch mode, so that freed up Clarkson to go baseline and get fouled.
And you can see the face of Michael Malone, who is advertised as a defensive coach when he came over. And he's been given a tremendous offensive team, it looks like, this year.
Well, they need some work, too. Giving up 30, even though they're up by 11.
And with 3 or 4 of the top Lakers not in the lineup. Clarkson, he'll miss. Knocked it out of bounds. Denver will have just under 5 seconds to try to negotiate the floor.
Yeah, you don't want any long passes now. You just want to make sure that whoever receives it is coming back to the ball.
Moutier will take it out of bounds. Fareed's got it. Gives it back to Moutier. He's got time. All kinds of time. He can get to the rim if he wants. He's going to get fouled. That was well run. Fareed just handed it right back, and the Lakers failed to stop the basketball.
Right, and that happened because they failed to really guard the guy taking it out of bounds, and that was Moutier, because he just passed it and got it right back on the dead run. So he had a head of steam headed down the floor, and as you mentioned, he had a lot of time. Now he's at the line to shoot 2, but only 1 tick left on the clock.
Well, Moutier's had his problems shooting. A couple of years ago, he was the second worst shooter in the NBA, and last year he would have been the worst if he had qualified. And we're talking about shooting percentage from the field. He missed them both, and the quarter's over.
Wow, that's a quarter that the Lakers are glad is over, because they need to get to the bench and have the staff give them some defensive pointers. They're giving up way too many points. 41? I'd say that's too many. We'll head to the second. Lakers down by 11.
Lakers basketball is being brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times anytime. Good times all the time. Back in the IE in Ontario, Lakers need a lot of work defensively. Leading scorers, though, in that first quarter. Kuzma, once again, 9 for the Lakers. He has been the leading scorer in the first 2 games. He's leading so far. Lyles and Murray each have 9. And Stu, our first look at Josh Hart, who takes the floor, who's been nursing a hamstring injury. In fact, we really didn't see him during Summer League either. So thrilled to see the former cat from Villanova out on the floor.
Yeah, hopefully that hamstring is healed up, because that's a type of thing that'll come back in a hurry.
Kuzma's going to get free throws.
He attacked Darrell Arthur that time. Gets to the rim, gets fouled. So he is really in attack mode all the time.
Well, back to Josh Hart just for a second, as Kuz is going to shoot free throws. Defense is what he is hanging his hat on, basically. They drafted him. He was a good defender in college. He says that that's what he wants to be known for. And obviously playing 4 years, he's got a lot of composure coming out of college.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing to hang your hat on, defense, especially on a team that's trying to improve drastically in that department.
Kuzma and the Lakers down 41-31. You've got Caruso, Deng, Hart, Nance, and Kuzma on the floor for the Lakers. Jameer Nelson, who was with Orlando back when they played the Lakers for the title. Moutier all the way, comes up short, tipped up. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul.
They're trying to box out Kenneth Faried, and I think it's going to be Josh Hart who picks up that foul. After the semi-brush screen, he couldn't get himself back in position to put his full body in front of Faried.
Josh Hart, 22 years of age, 6'5", from Silver Spring, Maryland. He was part of that deal that brought Thomas Bryant also here for Tony Bradley. Beasley misses. Good rebound, and Hart will now survey the floor. Nance going to try a 3. Gibson comes out. Moutier will quickly bring it up. Lakers get back, though. Jameer Nelson, good no-look pass underneath. Laid up and in by Darrell Arthur.
That's so important to be on the move. When you don't have the ball, you just can't stand around and wait. That kind of movement without the ball created an easy shot.
Caruso for the Lakers. They're down by 10. We're just getting going here in the second quarter. Faried. A little running hook.
All of a sudden, Faried thinks he's an offensive guy. He's really being aggressive.
He's always played well against the Lakers, it seems. Kenneth Faried, 11 double-doubles, one of them against the Lakers last year in January. Darrell Arthur, long shot, long rebound, goes out, over. And the Lakers will have the ball. Well, we're going to see Briante Weber coming into the game.
Also coming back will be KCP.
Briante played literally seconds the other night for Los Angeles. 15 played. We haven't seen Zimmerman or Beecham yet. Those are the only 2 Lakers that we have not seen in a game that are on the roster. DJ Beecham from Notre Dame and Steven Zimmerman from UNLV. Hart terminates the dribble. Now Deng, the veteran who played all those years in Chicago, then Miami. Kuzma tried that little step back and a glance off the rim, and here come the Nuggets.
I like the way Kuzma looked at the clock when he got the ball to see how much time was on the 24, and it was becoming short.
Look at him run out, gets the pass, and rides it up and in. That's what he was doing so well in Summer League with Lonzo Ball. Just the perfect time to break, and then the Lakers found him on the outlet that time.
Yeah, you can leak out like that when you know your team is going to get the rebound, but you can't leave until you're sure.
Yeah. Don't overcheat.
Yeah.
It'll hurt you. Especially a guy that wants to rebound a little bit more, but that was beautifully done by Kyle Kuzma.
Will give us a look at that last basket by Kuzma. You challenge the shooter and then keep going the other way. Nice heads-up pass, easy hoop.
Yeah, 1-2 and lay it in. And Kyle will get a break already with a dozen first-half points. He's not slowing down.
But look at the efficiency. 4 out of 6. You got 12 points and 6 shots. That'll get it done.
22 for 35 so far in the preseason for Kyle Kuzma. And they're not all layups. Caldwell Pope, a couple of big steps down the lane.
Late whistle sends him to the line for 2, but he should be upset at himself because after that last step that he took, he had an uncontested shot. Here's the uncontested, basically, because he gets hit on the left hand or left arm, and ball's in his right hand. He wants that one back.
JCP, middle of July, signed that 1-year deal, as did Brook Lopez. And after Brook came over, after Brook coming over with 1 year remaining after the trade, and we should see Brook on Sunday. We saw Josh Hart. He's still on the floor, and Mike, you got more on him.
You know, Bill, the Lakers didn't get a chance to see much of Hart, of course, in the summer league because he hurt his ankle early and didn't play in the final 5 games. But they said the last couple days in practice he's been excellent on defense, and as we saw in that first quarter, that's something the Lakers certainly need. Now, he's a well-balanced player. He can do a lot of other things, as he did at Villanova. But Bill and Stu, locking down defensively and kind of using that strength that you have, you can see he's got a real solid base and some pretty quick feet is something that they're going to be able to use off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, just his defensive mentality is something that will pay dividends for not only for him but the team, especially around the perimeter. And that's where your defense is most vulnerable. When you get broken down at the point of attack, it puts so much pressure on your interior. It's just hard to be a good defensive team that way.
Fareed with 11 points. He used to be such a bad free throw shooter, he couldn't finish games. He was that much of a liability, but now he's close to 70%. That one off the hand of Hart, picked up by Randall. Randall, did he travel? He did.
Fareed shaking his head. Like, no, you can't score on me. Those two had a couple of words last game.
Didn't they? Resulted in a technical foul, too. So they're picking right back up. I like the battle. They're going at each other down low. Craig is in the game. He might be their best defender, and I'm not kidding about that. Torrey Craig. He's been in Australia the last 3 years. Here's a shot up and in by Emmanuel Mudiay.
What are they shooting, about 70% to the field?
Ridiculous numbers. Again, if the new stat monitors would work, we'd know. Here is KCP, blocked by Fareed.
That secondary defender, a lot of times when you get by your primary defender, you have to be aware that somebody from the weak side is coming over and try to find their man. Their man should make a beeline to be in a passing position for you.
Caldwell Pope, short on the 3 ball. Mudiay, quarterbacking, eyes up, high dribble, a little out of control. Look at this, behind the back to Fareed. He loses control. Weber with it. He'll go left side to Randall, runs over a man. Charging, Julius Randle.
I mean, he gets the ball, and Jameer Nelson steps over, and Julius thinks that he was there late. Didn't agree with the call. One of those plays, when you're in transition like that, you just really have to have yourself under control, and you can't wait till the last minute to change directions. The sooner you change directions, the sooner the defender has to start moving, and then when there's contact, you get that turn from a charge to a block.
So you were asking, they're shooting 57% Denver. Blocked by Randall. Boy, put him in a phone booth that time, didn't he? And Caldwell Pope runs into Jameer Nelson. This time, the foul is on Jameer. Denver 17 for 31 so far in the game.
Yeah, they're shooting it up. That's a good foul by Jameer Nelson. The Lakers are in transition, and we're going to get an easy hoop. So he takes the foul. No, it's not a non-shooting foul, so it's just be ball out of bounds.
Zubac's back into the game for the Lakers. He replaces Luol Deng.
They put Plumlee back in, and so they got to match up that size.
Caldwell Pope from outside. That one is deep and down. The KCP has not been hitting that 3 really at all, so that's a nice thing to see, and we got a timeout.
Well, still, Lakers down by a dozen, and there's a lot of time left. 7 minutes and 40 to go. Contavious Caldwell Pope. Talked about his defense and where he hangs his hat, but his offense is just going to be there. And he showed some real patience so far in this game. He's been reading. He's been under control. And really, that's a lot of the offensive side of the ball. You have got to be under control. He's got 8 points on 3 out of 7, but he's made 2 out of 3 from behind the arc.
I mentioned it was nice to see him hit the threes because he was 1 for 6 2 nights ago at Staples Center from beyond the arc. So 2 for 3 would get it done. Mudiay. Jameer comes around the top. Had a pick from Plumlee, who wants it, and he'll get it. With Zubac's right on his hip. Plumlee in very deep. Kick it out for Craig. On its way. Straight as a screen. That didn't go down. Torrey Craig.
You know, as a team, you have to know the opposition as well. For example, when they threw the ball into Plumlee, you tell Zoo, we're not coming to help you on him because he's not an offensive player, so you should be able to handle him yourself.
Dante Weber played a little with Charlotte last year. There's Plumlee. Barton. Oh, Jameer Nelson gets stripped. We got a late whistle. As we got 2 Nuggets on the floor.
And they called the foul on Josh Hart. Did a good job of anticipating the pass back to Jameer Nelson. Got a hand in there, but they said his hip caught Jameer, and he picks up the foul.
You know, we've talked about his defense. Josh shot 50% or higher each of his 4 years at Villanova. I'm sure a lot of that was just real smart shot selection on his part. Plumlee. Mudiay, chased by Weber, got right around him. But Zoo, the last line of defense, made him alter it. Weber looking to go all the way. He does and scores.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like he was going in slow motion, too, but he knew what he wanted to get accomplished.
Lakers are down 10. That barrage of threes put the Lakers in a hole early. Barton had Josh Hart doing the splits.
You know, Josh hit a wet spot there.
Yeah.
Very, very fortunate that he's not coming up in. Oh, nice rebound by Plumlee. If you don't want to hit wet spots, that is really dangerous.
This, of course, is the home of the Ontario Reign. So they play hockey here as a #1 tenant. It's a Kings affiliate.
It should be a loose ball foul on Craig. And with 6 minutes to go in the half, they're out of fouls. So there should be a lot of free throws if the Lakers continue in attack mode.
And with 6 minutes to go in the half, the Lakers have given up 52. It's a concerning number. But here is Weber.
Yeah, when you consider they gave up 41 in the first quarter.
You like that look that Weber's got going?
I'm jealous.
It's as well you should be. Get weekly updates on the Lakers news and more when you sign up for Laker emails. Get access to promotions, sweepstakes for Laker prizes, and other exclusive offers. Find out more. Lakers.com/email.
I don't know which hairdo I like better, his or yours.
It's not even close. His. I'll take his. Here's Plumlee. I'm jealous too. Murray underneath. Boy, he just shielded the ball away from an oncoming Julius Randle.
But what set that up was defensively, the Lakers just totally lost sight of that man and let him go baseline.
That's a carryover for Randle. You know, that's something that could be called numerous times during the course of an NBA game, but that one a little bit too much for the officials.
I've complained to the officials for decades about that. You know, they talk about defensively, you know, you can't be touching people. I used to tell them all the time, well, if you're not going to let me use my hands, at least make the offensive guy dribble the ball legally.
Kick out. Lyles, shovel pass into traffic. Going to ricochet off a couple of players and taken by KCP. Caldwell Pope with the left hand just off. He comes from out of bounds to grab the ball. So it's going to be Denver's basketball.
Didn't get both feet on the floor, they're saying, when I say on the floor, on the legal part of the court, inbounds, before he touched it.
Look at Jamal Murray trying to get it up the court before the Lakers are set. The Lakers now dig in on defense. We're over 5 minutes to play here in the quarter. Plumlee. Boy, that's the extent of his range, too.
That's why he hasn't had any three-pointers. You said he's attempted 16 of them?
16 in his career.
Those are all to beat the clock.
Probably. Lob underneath. That's a good lob, though. Aaron Gomez gets behind the defense of the Lakers. A little bit of an alley-oop dunk. Weber will bring it up, and the Lakers have a timeout.
Again, vision. You have to see man and ball. And the Lakers have been caught a number of times here in the first half not having that vision. So we'll take this timeout. The Lakers down by 15. Down it. They really haven't stopped. It's got a host of players that shoot and make the threes. And when you've got that kind of weaponry from the perimeter, it opens the floor up so much for so many other things. They are really lighting it up.
Boy, you see the numbers from the other night. They just extended it right through. As the Nuggets.
And they're right around 50%.
Yeah, and some of their big names aren't playing tonight. Millsap, Chandler, Jokic, Gary Harris.
All of which can knock down threes.
Yeah.
Especially Harris. And their center Jokic is very efficient from there for a big guy.
Corey Brewer, who's been really good on the defensive end, stealing the basketball early on in the preseason. There he is trying to get to the basket where he operates. Reverse layup is good. Corey's not going to light it up on a consistent basis from the outside, but getting it inside like that and running the floor is his game.
Yeah, you're a slasher. He is a slasher.
He played in all 82 games the last 2 years. Has the longest Ironman streak in the league, does Corey Brewer. 277 games. Longest in the league. Underneath, they tried to force it underneath to Randall. Knocked out of bounds.
It's saying something these days because players will take a day off for
nothing.
Just for rest.
Yeah. Corey's proud of that fact. 277. That one knocked by Murray. Right back at Weber. We'll try it again.
Sometimes if you want to throw it up top, you fake the ball down below, and then you can get it easier. If you just throw it right where he is, you deflect it.
Kuz has a dozen. He's back in the game. We're going to go the other way. Foul, Lakers. And that's on Julius Randle.
Yeah. Off the ball, he gets called for the foul, so he must have been hooking the defender with his arm.
Walking it into the front court is Barton. Barton gets into the lane, then back to Hernan Gomez, who has turned in, at least these last couple of games, into a deadly three-point shooter.
He's always been pretty good from there. Last year or so, he didn't get a whole lot of time, but given time, he can shoot the ball.
Murray with Kuzma chasing, but a foul's going to be called. 59-43, and still 3.5 to play. 3:33.
You're looking at a 70-point quarter here.
Yeah,
I mean half. 59 with 3.5 to play as the Lakers take a timeout. Aside from not stopping the three ball, they got to stop turning the ball over as well.
Hey, Laker fans, let your voices be heard and share your opinions on Lake Show. It's the show dedicated to the fans of the purple and gold. That's you. Don't miss a Lake Show. Sunday at 4:30 on Spectrum Sports Net. And Sunday we'll be in Las Vegas. And game time is at 6. The Sacramento Kings. Interesting roster there. Lots of youngsters, including De'Aaron Fox, and then sprinkled with veterans, including Vince Carter. Murray.
Look at that stroke by Murray.
What a shooter. Yeah, we've liked him from the second we saw him. He was the only player on their roster to play all 82 last year, and he did it as a rookie. How about that? You were asking about turnovers, Stu?
Yeah.
Lakers, well, it was 5-1 Denver. But the Lakers have gotten sloppy, and now it's 7 apiece.
That's all?
That's all.
Seems like 7 in this quarter.
Yeah, maybe. Well, again, it was 5-1 early on. Lakers were handling the ball.
Oh, they got a clock issue now.
Yes, they do. They're up against it with 4, with 3. Weber realizes it, throws it up and misses, and Plumlee wants to run it out to Barton. 3-on-2. Lyles easily. They ran that 3-on-2 to perfection. Lakers had 22 turnovers the other night. That is 11 points for Lyles. Clarkson over the big man, gets the nice roll.
Had he not scored that one, Julius was in great position for the offensive putback.
6 points for Jordan Clarkson. Barton with 2.5 to go. Plumlee's not going to shoot, but he gives it to a guy who will. That's going to be an illegal pick.
Easy call. Easy call. Again, one of the, I think, points of emphasis they're looking at this year is those illegal screens. And that one was illegal.
Kuzma, as mentioned, came in second in that GM poll for steal of the draft. Lonzo Ball got 62% of the general manager's votes for who they think will be Rookie of the Year. Clarkson leans in. Arthur looked around, or rather Lyles looked around, finally gave it to Murray. Look at this bounce to Hernan Gomez. Oh, what a challenge by Randall, but Hernan Gomez stayed with it. Juancho Hernan Gomez, after Randall made a good defensive stand. Weber nearly traveled. He's on the floor. Julius for three.
Well, I want Julius to work on his mid-range game. One way to get confident from behind, for your mid-range is to make a three-pointer, but don't start living by that shot.
Plumlee. Murray, corner. What else? Murray. And you saw that little celebration. They call him the Blue Arrow. And he that right there to his teammates. That's underneath, and the Lakers blow the layup. Hernan Gomez, 1-2. Yep, right in there. So the guy from Spain, the beautiful Euro step. Brewer. And Hernan Gomez has control. What'd you say? They're going to put up a 70?
Yeah.
They're at 69. And the Lakers defense is non-existent. Clark off the glass. Clarkson, no run. Kuzma, head of the pack, doesn't get it. Clarkson keeps it and goes all the way.
That was a good decision by Jordan not to pass it to Kuzma, because the defender actually went with Kuzma, never did commit to stopping the ball.
Murray in Denver. Plays all alone here on the right. Going to get a pick by Plumlee. Crossover down the middle. Murray all the way. Loses control of it, but he is fouled.
He was getting ready to yoke on somebody.
Wasn't he, though?
Yes, indeed. Nice crossover at the top. Had the lane down the middle. He was getting ready to do it.
Murray was the 7th pick back in 2016 by the Nuggets. Didn't shoot it well the other night. 2 for 9. Looks a lot more comfortable here this evening in Ontario. And there is the 70. He put up 20 points plus. Did Murray 8 times last year, including one against the Lakers. Put up 22 in a win in March.
And look at those percentages tonight. 16 points on 6 field goal attempts.
Wow.
You can't get any more efficient than that. Oh, I guess you could. I guess he could have made all 6.
In a literal sense. Shot clock is about 1 ahead of the game clock. Clarkson. Oh, he loses Barton. They get lost defensively. Kind of it goes. It doesn't.
The only bad part about that is they went too soon.
Yeah, an 11.3 for Denver, but Jordan Clarkson will shoot free throws, so he's looking to get to double figures here in the first half. Jordan Clarkson is. He's sitting on 8 points and has 2 free throws. Again, Dieter and the fellas will be with you at halftime. If you joined us late, we haven't mentioned it in a while. Ingram with the head contusion, not playing tonight. Lonzo Ball with the ankle. Coming back to the IE, he isn't playing tonight. There they are. Keno Hill's not far from here. in his senior year led him to a 35-0 record and a state title. Hernan Gomez, corner three. That is apropos.
Yeah, when you go too soon and give up the last shot that you should have taken, that's what happens to you a lot of the time.
What a ridiculous offensive half for the Denver Nuggets, putting up a 74. And yet another three. And one of the points of contention that we talked about after they hit 15 the other night, they hit 10 in the first half here this evening. There's your score. It's time to join Chris, James, and Coop, Access Sportsnet studio, for the Jack in the Box halftime report.
Just like 48 hours ago, Denver on fire, this time with 10 threes, all in the first half. Coop, the Lakers have given up 74 points.
Well, the thing right now that's hurting the Lakers is a lot of ball movement and body movement. Any team that back cuts the Lakers, they're giving it up, and they over-rotate when there's ball movement, creating open threes for the offense.
Yeah, we talked about whether it would be an advantage to play a team twice, back-to-back, what you would learn and what you'd be able to correct, and they haven't done that. Denver's playing the same way. They're really moving without the basketball. The Lakers their rotation is with a purpose, but they just account late. A lot of open threes and layups, so they got to correct that at halftime.
Jack in the Box halftime report starts right after this. Lakers down big in the Inland Empire.
Lakers basketball is being brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try fast food's first ever ribeye burgers, only at Jack in the Box. Limited time only. We are back in Ontario, our annual trip, and it hasn't been a pleasant one for the Lakers because Denver raining down three-pointers.
It's amazing how many different players on that team really specialize with the long ball, whether it's in the backcourt or their forwards. All of them seem like they specialize on the long balls, and they knock down quite a few of those. The bright spot for the Lakers again was the consistency of Kyle Kuzma. The guy just is a scoring machine. Gets in the game, doesn't take him long to warm up. I think he's warmed up, sitting over there waiting to get put into the game. And variety of different shots, moves to the basket, three-pointers, jump shots, and mid-range game. Really getting it done. As we revisit the Lakers' keys to the game, I talked about focusing on defense. They weren't listening. I said hit some threes. I think Denver thought I was talking about them. They made 10 out of 18, and the only good thing for the Lakers is so far they're healthy. Mike Trudell, what about that first half?
Well, Stu, certainly nothing that the coaches were pleased with, and you can start on the defensive end as you did there in your keys. The 10 3-pointers, part of the issue was that the Lakers at times overhelped, where they had a rotation into a driver or somebody down in the post and left somebody open in the perimeter. This Denver team obviously wants to take a lot of threes. They made a ton on Monday. They made a lot more tonight. So that's the place where they certainly want to start in this third quarter, trying to figure out a way to make things more difficult for the Nuggets, and then you can worry about the offense later. But if they can't get these stops, which sounds like something we were saying last year, Bill and Stu, that's a tough place to be.
Yeah, very tough place to be. Boy, when you're always walking the ball up, it makes it difficult to be effective offensively.
Julius gets doubled, finds Bryant. As we get going here, we're going to have an illegal defense.
Now that's the kind of call that, the Nuggets can't be happy with, because they had the Lakers over here in the corner pretty much with nothing going, yet they were illegal. So break for the Lakers, and they couldn't take advantage of it.
Caldwell Pope misses the free throw. He was an 83%er last year with the Detroit Pistons. Luol Deng, two-time All-Star. And by the way, the NBA has tweaked the All-Star game. It'll be a couple of captains picking from a pool of players. So the conference format is gone for this year. Stu, it's something that the NFL did for 3 years with the Pro Bowl. They had captains, and they just picked players, and they went back to the conference format last year. Hockey did it for 5 years.
That's how we all grew up.
Yeah.
You had two captains on the playground, and they chose teams.
Well, like I said, hockey tried it. The NFL tried it. Now the NBA is going to go. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. As they try to spice it up. By the way, as Caldwell Pope hits the three, his third of the game, by the way. A reminder that All-Star Weekend is in Los Angeles this February, as the Clippers and the Lakers co-host it. That one is going to be dropped out of bounds.
That's poor decision by Plumlee. I understand what he was trying to do, but there was so much congestion there. Trey Lyles had no chance of being able to receive that.
KCP pull up for 15. He thought he got fouled. Taken by Will Barton. Lyles. Well, how many people have been asking us, how did they get him? We've been asked by numerous folks. Surprised that Utah would let him go. Murray's going to try to kick it out. That's going to be a travel.
He came to a jump stop off the dribble, and they normally call that a travel off the dribble like that.
And they did. Good look at Jamal. 6'4", the 20-year-old. He actually scored more points for under 20 players than anyone last year. And you say, what? Well, there were a lot of them. Trust me, as the league gets younger.
And younger and younger.
Nothing but net for Will Barton. He's going to be their sixth man. Spot starter if needed.
Another three-pointer for the Nuggets.
We'll continue to add to that total. Deng pull up from 18. That's sweet. Luol Deng. Little comeback year for him. He's taken on that mentorship role. Big contract still. Plumlee operating high post. And a handoff to Barton. He loses. Caldwell Pope and Plumlee just rolled all alone to the basket.
That's what happened though when Caldwell Pope went for the steal and didn't get it and got behind the offensive player. That freed up Plumlee. That was all on KCP. See, there's where he's going for the steal. Now Bryant has to make a decision. He tried to stop one and gave up the other.
By the way, if you tune in on any given night on NBA TV, you're bound to find a Plumlee because Miles is playing in Atlanta and Marshall is playing with the Clippers. And this, of course, is Mason. Ennis. Got to get a bounce and does. Again, Luke Walton has singled him out. He had 13 points, 10 assists in under 30 minutes in the first two games coming into tonight. Playing as the backup point to Lonzo Ball, who's out tonight with the ankle. You know, Lonzo turned it in the second quarter, came out and actually started and played in the third quarter. Hernan Gomez from deep.
Yeah, that was to beat the clock.
Yeah, Juancho misses that one.
That was a good defensive possession for the Lakers, led by KCP. Did a real good job that time on Barton.
Ennis out of Syracuse, where he played a season. Deng with Bryant rolling to the basket. Deng will take it again. Off the rim it goes. Plumlee battling two Lakers, Randall and Bryant. And the Lakers pick up the loose ball foul.
Yeah, Bryant, in his haste to get to that loose ball off the rebound, ran into Plumlee.
Plumlee, who was acquired last February from Portland for Yusuf Nurkic. Numbers weren't quite the same when he came over to Denver, but he's carving himself out a role here. Of course, Jokic is the man on the inside. Murray, deep, and down it goes. And there's his little arrow celebration as he goes down to the other side of the court. 82-59. Deng looking to attack. Julius all the way. Julius, throw it down. Slam dunk by Randall with authority.
Yeah, did a good job of turning his body and getting his hip into Plumlee and bounced him out of the way and then finished it off.
So some defense at the other end. Here come the Lakers 3-on-3. Caldwell Pope to the trailer, Ennis. Ennis attacks. Ennis all the way. Ennis can't score. Got under the rim and hit the bottom part of it. So the crowd was anxious to let go of another cheer. They haven't had a whole lot to scream about tonight. If it's not full, it's very close tonight here in Ontario. A few empties here and there. Lyles. Juancho, Hernan Gomez. Good little move to create some space. Nothing but gold jerseys. Caldwell Pope, he goes 1-on-4 and gets denied. Plumlee back to the basket with the second-round pick, Bryant, on his hip, out of Indiana. Plumlee, 1-2. Easy little hook shot.
Little jump hook by Plumlee.
Plumlee went to Duke for 4 years. Dan?
Well, it's rare that you say that these days. That's the second time you've said that tonight. Josh Hart, you said he was at 4 years.
I think we could have talked about Larry Nance Jr. 4 years.
We talked about Larry. It's rare nowadays that players stay in school.
Kyle Kuzma was in school for 3 at Utah. Hernan Gomez just wide open. And he splashes one from distance. We'll see Caruso and the aforementioned Kyle Kuzma in a moment. And it's over the defense. 87-63. Halfway mark of the third quarter. Clarkson will join that other duo to come into the game in a minute for the Lakers. Murray having a little bit of fun. Again, a lot of the starters not playing for Denver after playing 20 minutes plus the other night at Staples Center. Whoa, the Lakers! And that is both Bryant and Randall. Ennis put it up and missed, but he's fouled. So the Lakers doing a little rim protecting.
Wow, that was a nice play by Randall and Bryant, but that buzz that was in the crowd a minute ago was the play by Julius Randall as he put a body on Plumlee and then flushed it. Not enough of it, though. The Lakers still trail by a bundle.
Mel Segundo to Ontario around 4:30 or 5 o'clock.
Every year we're here, they're late.
Every year they're late. And they were again here tonight, although here plenty of time. There's Kyle Kuzma.
They still haven't arrived.
No, you're right. Maybe that's something to look into. 3-pointers tonight, been a huge story. The Denver Nuggets have 13. Murray, Stu, has 5. The Laker team, 4. And Murray hasn't missed. He's 5 for 5 from beyond the arc.
That can shoot the basketball.
5 on the floor for the Lakers. Kuz, along with Jordan Clarkson, Ennis, Bryant, and Randall. Caruso waiting. He'll come in for Tyler Ennis when he gets an opportunity. There's Alex, who has signed the 2-way contract, will play a good portion of the year with the South Bay Lakers, who will play in the beautiful UCLA Health Training Center. They got a big party suite there, too. So I think if you got a group and you want to come out, see a little G League, and rent out that party suite, call the South Bay Lakers. Could be a fun night for you. Here is Bart. Back out to Trey Lyles. Take it away right into the hands of Ennis. Ennis all the way. The pass to Randall. Slam dunk, Julius. As Ennis, good patience and hit the trailer, Randall.
Well, I tell you something. Ennis did a great job of not allowing the defender, Murray, to get back into position. Just bodied him off.
Plumlee, little head fake, then a foul by Bryant, and you're going to count it.
Well, if you're going to foul Plumlee, you make sure you send him to the line for 2, not for an and 1. Get another look at that last basket. Our Carl Scam normally on the spot. And you see, watch how Ennis keeps him on his hip and sets it up very easily for Julius.
Actually,
very good job.
Got him to the floor. Which certainly helped matters. Plumlee, boy.
That's why you foul him and, just wrap him up. Don't let him shoot it when he's right up under the basket.
Plumlee, last year, 62%. That's got to be a misprint. Here is.
What, 62% from what?
Free throw line.
That's pretty good for him.
No, I know. I'm saying the way he's shot free throws last couple of games. He's played well, though. Look at Kuzma. Boy, he was ready to throw it down, wasn't he?
If you're going to go to the hoop, go for a reason, not just a season. I mean, he was... Whoa.
That would have rocked the IE.
He said, Plumlee, I know you're a shot blocker, but block this.
And Plumlee, I mean, he wasn't blocked. He just pushed him. He knows he's in trouble there, so got that left arm out and kept him away from the basket.
Yeah, did a good job of preventing the dunk.
The poster. And Kuzma easily knocks it through. We're going to see Moutier and Fareed checking in. Murray and Lyles out of the game from Michael Malone. There's the Manimal. from Morehead State, already now in his 7th year. Kuzma adds to his total. Of course, he's on track to lead the team in scoring again. He's got 14 right now. Looking for the hat trick. 3 straight games leading this purple and gold squad. Moutier doubled up momentarily as they hedge out. 7 on the shot clock. Barton knows it. Barton will pull up and lean in from 15 feet.
Well, he was so under control there. He knew the shot clock. It was becoming an issue. He just took his time.
Julius Randle, short.
Now that's the one that Julius has really got to work. That 12 to 15 footer.
Larry Nance going to get some playing time, as well as Corey Brewer. We'll see who they replace. You see Bryant is going to the bench. And Julius. Brewer, an original draft pick of Minnesota, went there a couple of times in his career, was 7th overall in his draft class. Here's Plumlee. Got Nance in front of him. Larry trying to deny, but he doesn't. Look at Plumlee going a one-on-one with Junior and just physically beating him down to the rim.
They just overpowered him. Gets in there, then a little bit of a head fake, and Larry gets up off the floor, gets contact coming down. Easy dunk for Plumlee. Another 3-point opportunity. This one he converts.
Plumlee with 15 tonight. Their team has 94, and we have 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Down the middle, Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, a nice quick hop that time. You see off the dribble, the quick jump. And then the nice touch.
27th pick. Looking like a top 3 selection. Barton. Barton over Kuzma, who got that long arm up. Good play by Kuz defensively. Brewer goes baseline, runs over Plumlee. That's going to be a block.
That's what Corey does in transition. Finds little seams. That time the seam along the baseline against a taller player. Plumlee gets whistled for the foul.
Well, Club Lakers has exclusive content developed specifically for parents and kids alike. Kids can create their own avatar, participate in challenges directly from the team, and connect with other young Laker fans. Get the Club Lakers app for free in the App Store or on Google Play.
Wow, 2 missed free throws by Corey Brewer.
Again, next Laker game will be Sunday night at 6. And you can see it here on Spectrum Sports Net.
Carry. That was a carry.
They didn't call it. Fareed, count it.
They called the carry on Julius. It wasn't half as bad as that one.
And an and 1 for Fareed. Whistle or not, Moutier made the play.
Look at this carry. Ooh. Come on now. I'm sure when they review this tape and the officials watch.
Do you think Joe Borgia will give you a call in the preseason?
I sure hope so.
He did dial us up a couple times last year from Jersey. Ooh, that one right into the waiting arms of Moutier, and then Caruso stopped the progress and commits the foul right around midcourt. And Denver just having fun. 97-71 with a lot of their reserves, most of their reserves, doing all the playing time and all the damage tonight. We'll get another one as they are in the bonus. Lakers will get a couple of practice days in before they have to go to Vegas on Saturday. Kuzma. Clarkson.
And 90% of the practice time should be on one end of the floor.
If not 100. Clarkson. Now to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma working. Oh, look at this mismatch. He's got Nelson guarding him. But again, it's out for Caruso. Alex can't hit it. High off the glass. It's cleaned by Moutier. Moutier's cut down on the turnovers a little bit. That shooting still has to come around, but playing a little more under control in that regard. Jameer Nelson. Moutier with Brewer. Kind of slap at him. That's good dish to Darrell Arthur. He's like one of their best three-point guys. Offensive rebound, Denver.
Fareed is a specialist at that.
Yes, he is. Fareed. Arthur's going to give it up. Unselfish ball right now, and it shows on a bucket by Fareed, and it's 101-71, a 30-point lead. Clarkson, there's a runner in the lane. Jordan, the leading returning scorer on this Laker team at 14.7.
It's all about defensive principles, you know. And right now, the Lakers, individually and collectively, are not showing good defensive principles.
I was going to say, all right, can you expand on that a little bit? I mean, obviously, where do they need work?
Across the board, I mean, you know, you start with man-to-man, because if you want your team defense to be strong, then individually you've got to be pretty good as well. If you're broken down at more than one position, especially out front, then it's just difficult to beat teams in this league.
Little stutter step to Moutier. Fareed. Again, unselfishly, Arthur could have had a layup. Instead, he gave it to Jameer Nelson. I mean, Darrell Arthur had a wide open dunk or a layup if he had wanted it.
Sure did.
Minute to play in the third. As Clarkson goes a little one-on-one, now they'll bring it back on top and reorchestrating his junior. Jordan Clarkson. That was tried to force under the Nance, and another Laker turnover. Caruso with the two-handed overhead. Gave it right back to Denver. Here's Moutier going to try it. Will Barton didn't see. Brewer, a little sloppy right now. Half a minute to play in the third. Big lead for the Nuggets. And Brewer was reaching in. They were going to go the other way.
Yeah, Arthur set the screen, but then he bent over a little bit and used his hip right out in the middle of the floor. 35 seconds left here in the third.
Jack in the box brings us the game summary. Jamal Murray did not miss. From beyond the arc, he was 5 for 5. When he left the game, he had more threes than the entire Laker team. Kyle Kuzma has not disappointed. Not in game 1, not in game 2, and really not in game 3. As he has 16. Lakers, though, just getting worked from downtown. 10 more threes for the Denver Nuggets. And not appearing on that game summary is lack of defense. Denver has 103, and we're not done with the third.
One thing you want to do as a staff is, around the defensive side, is notice how many open shots that the opposition is getting. And that tells you a lot about where some of your breakdowns are occurring.
You got 16 on the shot, 27 on the game. As Caruso bounces it back and forth with Moutier in front of him. Lakers down. Oh, they give Caruso a lane. He cannot slam it home. Ooh.
Yeah, good challenge at the end there by Fareed. Caruso went with a purpose, though.
5 to go in the quarter. Moutier is going to try one from outside. Brewer with the rebound, and that will be the end of the third quarter.
Well, we'll head to the fourth and final 12 minutes of play for tonight's game, and the Lakers just want to see if they can start to play better on the defensive end, because the score is way out of control. 103-75.
Lakers basketball is being brought to you by SoCal Gas. For energy efficiency rebates on qualifying appliances, go to SoCalGas.com/rebates. Underway in the fourth and final quarter, Denver holding a huge lead. They have 6 players in double figures and Moutier with 9 points right on the cusp. Lob under to Fareed, who tried to jam it home one-handed. So every time somebody has tried to go up for an emphatic highlight slam, it seems as though they've been denied, except for Julius on that one occasion. Weber.
Fareed was only denied by the rim because there was no defenders close to him.
We'll see some playing time, some run here for Josh Hart. He throws it right into the hands of Moutier. They grabbed him, but no whistle. So you got a Nelson-Moutier backcourt for the Nuggets. Moutier will bring it out. Long shot. Well, it's going to get physical. That was Tyler Lydon who shot the three. He's in the game. We had mentioned that he was part of that trade with Trey Lyles when Donovan Mitchell was acquired by Utah. Kuzma's underneath, and that's automatic.
Boy, he see how quick. That time he didn't catch it and then read. He just catch and made a quick spin move to the smaller defender.
And Stu, again, the efficiency is off the charts for Kuzma. Not only the points, but the efficiency. He's got 18 points tonight. Moutier with Hart all over him. It's good to see. A little good one-on-one defense. Error ball from way downtown by Malik Beasley.
One of the few perimeter shots that they've missed everything.
There's Weber. Oh, counted and a foul. Briante.
Malone takes a timeout. There's still 10:24 still to play here in the fourth, and the Lakers get back-to-back hoops, and he's got the Nuggets coach concerned as Kuzma showing what he's got, and he's got a whole lot. And Weber trying to complete the three-point play.
Tonight on an all-new episode of Backstage Lakers, go behind the scenes as the new squad comes together for the first time at Media Day. Plus Luke, he's mic'd up for the start of training camp. Don't miss Backstage Lakers. It's coming up tonight right after the post-game show. So stick around. A lot of Laker content for you here in the next couple hours right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Weber, free throw bound.
Yeah, trying to complete the three-point play.
You know, we were talking about the efficiency of Kuzma. 6 of 8 tonight. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
And leading the way in scoring. 18 points. Lakers come back on the floor. Vander Blue is in the game wearing number 17. You've got Kuzma and Nance, and Weber and Josh Hart. So the Lakers going small, but then again, the Nuggets basically are too. Getting some opportunities under the bench guys for both teams. Bounce underneath, Jameer Nelson, ride it up and ride it in. Little backdoor fun for them.
Again, defenders turning their heads, looking at the ball and not having vision on the guy they're responsible for.
Kuzma spinning quickly. Look at that bullet pass into the corner to Hart. And Kuzma tries to battle for the rebound.
And check there.
Yeah, Josh Hart. Let his man, Emmanuel Moutier, get a little step on him. Emmanuel Moutier from the Congo, whose favorite player, the way growing up, is a former Laker, Derek Fisher. There he is with the basketball. Moutier. Got a Nelson. He fumbles it, stumbles it, loses it. Vander Blue has a 3-on-2. Runs into a man, blocking.
Yeah, definitely a block. I mean, Fareed was really late trying to establish.
Hey, got to look at Fareed, who did not play in the first game against Golden State. Didn't see the floor. So he's getting some minutes now for Michael Malone. Might be thinking, what's he still in there for? But again, didn't play in the first. Played the other night at Staples Center, and here he is getting some serious time in.
Well, he's in there with some other youngsters. You know, I mean, Moutier's still on the floor.
That's right.
And then the rest are, you know, Jameer, of course, is not a youngster
by any stretch. Beasley saw some room, rolling his Leyden. There's Fareed. Leyden got his hand on it, lost it, and the Lakers win the battle with Larry Nance Jr. Deontay Weber directing traffic. Kicks it out for Vander. Of course, Vander likes to attack the basket. Can't get to the free throw line.
Got away with a travel there.
8 to shoot. Big pick by Kuzma on the outside. Lakers up against it now. Hart's going to have to shoot a fall-away jump shot. Larry Nance with the rebound. Weber open. Barely got to the rim. Jameer, of course, who had missed some time with that injury. 35 years old, Stu. 14th year for him.
Well, we said he wasn't a youngster.
Look at Fareed. Reverse layup. He went right around Josh Hart.
See, that's
had a few inches on him.
That's some of the defensive principles that I'm talking about. You cannot allow a guy to beat you along the baseline that easily.
Fareed with 18 in the contest. Kuzma looked for a quick spin and drew contact. Kyle will shoot free throws.
Now, Carl's Cam will show how easily Fareed gets baseline. Hart is in good position, but just reacting too much to whatever move or ball movement that Fareed did. I know defense is a reactionary position, but sometimes you have to be the aggressor and force a player to do what you know he doesn't want to do.
Kuzma will get another free throw. Again, Laker fans looking forward to Sunday. We expect Brook Lopez to make his Lakers debut. He's been involved in full court activity now the last couple of days. He's a little frustrated, wants out there, but big picture guy is Luke Walton. And the injuries to Ingram and Lonzo not serious. There's Brook, all-star when he was in Brooklyn. And he's expected to put up some pretty good points per game.
For Brooks?
Oh, yeah.
When you say pretty good points, what are you talking about?
Maybe 20?
Oh, yeah. I think he's a definite 20-point scorer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because he is a guy that really has stretched his range, and he is a load under the basket.
Yeah, there's Vanderblue going all the way and all the way in to score. Yeah, Lopez, 134 made threes last year after making 3 in his first 8 years.
Well, 7:47 left here in this one, and the Lakers have been trailing all night long. Boy, Laker fans start early. Look at that. I love
Barely
it. Love
contain
it.
herself.
Wow. The Denver Nuggets have been shooting the ball, and they've been, getting high percentage shots, but moving the ball gets them easy opportunities as well as the Nuggets finding open people. And when you're that open, it's easy to make the hoop, so it's easy to get the assist. What's the assist? Pass that leads directly to a made basket. They've had quite a few of those.
By the way, we want to welcome back and thank our TV broadcast crew, our home crew here tonight, led by Mark Shaw and the Dubba. Everybody's out here tonight in Ontario. We're all looking forward to this season.
Welcome back. Where'd they go?
Welcome back from last year.
Oh, okay.
Never went anywhere.
Sound like they were on vacation or something.
You got John Reynolds.
They were working during the offseason, not like you.
How about JR, working stage manager with us? He's always with the visitors. It's quite a treat, Jonathan.
So how did we get so lucky tonight?
I don't know. And again, Jim Armentrout will be our director on the road. So we're looking forward to it.
Poor decision that time by Cal Kuzma.
Remember all the way back, the first 7 buckets tonight for Denver, if you joined us late, were all 3-pointers and all off of assists. And it was just a clinic put on early by Denver.
They haven't looked back since.
Brian Hagan, our stats man, will be with us all year too. The Hulkster, when he's not doing hockey with Johnny and Hazy. Here is Moutier. Little stutter step over Kuzma.
Boy, if he starts knocking down.
Oh, look out.
Kind of
look out.
consistency from the perimeter.
79-83.
I guess you could say that about most players.
About anybody. Josh Hart, nice touch. A little rising fire from about 16. And welcome to the NBA.
He scratches for the first time. Huh?
Albeit in the preseason, to Josh Hart from Villanova.
Always nice to see that first one go.
Going one-on-one now with Jameer. Underneath, that's a quick trigger by Beasley.
Yeah, but you can see how it seemed like the Lakers had him a little bottled up on the ball, but off the ball, people are just spectating, and their men are cutting baseline and ending up with real easy opportunities.
See if they can get Zoo involved in the offense here in the last 6 minutes. Then he had a 0 game the other night. Kuzma, look and beat his man and throw it down. Look out below, Kyle Kuzma. Couple of quick steps, that great reach and jump, and down it went.
Like you said, where did he come from? Look at that.
Fareed.
Got to give defensive support. You have to work under the assumption that the guy with the ball is going to be able to beat his defender, so you have to be in help situation, not just give up easy hoop.
Hart. That one was skipped to Weber. Right back to Josh. Will he make a three? Yeah, 2 in a row for Josh Hart. Shows his range. 30th pick. Last pick of the first round by the Lakers. Beasley. Kind of moving back on that pick was Fareed. Routier over Zoo. Zoo will clear. To Hart. He avoids the foul. Didn't run over his man. Vanderblue's going to cast it up. Under 5 minutes to play. At 13:90. Denver has hit the same total as they had the other night at Staples Center. There's still 5 minutes to go. Jameer. Again over the much taller Kuzma. Down the middle, Fareed. Scoop and score. Fareed with 22 tonight. You know you're going to get the rebounds from him. He's been incredibly consistent between 7.5 and 9.5 rebounds every year of his career. Routier. Jameer Nelson. Will try to sandwich between a couple of Laker defenders. They have 8 to shoot.
Yeah, that's plenty of time for the Nuggets.
Light.
They've made 3 passes since they've been still scored.
Rattled home by Beasley.
Still have 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go, and there's only been a couple of highlights for the Lakers. One was Julius Randle throwing one down, and the other, Kyle Kuzma, baseline and throw down. Boy, he's getting a lot of props from a lot of people.
Well, when you look for tickets this season, make sure to check out Lakers Ticket Exchange, the most secure way to get tickets from other fans with tickets verified by Ticketmaster. Purchase single game tickets right now on Lakers Ticket Exchange. Lakers will open the season the 19th at home against the Clippers. And off we go. A week earlier than has been.
And they start the season with what everybody's been complaining about for years now is the back-to-back.
Back-to-back in Phoenix. And Josh Jackson the next night. You know, it's interesting, those GMs were polled, Stu, and they 62% of them said, you know, we're just talking about the GMs, but 62% of them said Lonzo would be the rookie of the year, but the one garnering the most votes, who would be the best rookie in 5 years, was Josh Jackson. It's just kind of an interesting result.
Glad they had their crystal balls up.
I know, right? Who knows if they'll have a job in 5 years. There's Lonzo. Wanted badly to play tonight. Lots of friends and family. Of course, home is just down the road from here. We expect to see him Sunday against De'Aaron Fox. And we know the side story there. Those two little war of words over the summer. That one's tipped up and in. I'm assuming Fox will play, and I'm assuming Lonzo will play. Tune in to find out. That's Sunday, 6 o'clock. Make note of that, 6 o'clock. Childress is in the game. Josh has been around 9 years in the league.
Was he overseas for the last couple of years or so?
He's from Stanford. Where's he been? He played in Japan.
Yeah.
And the previous 2 years he played in Australia.
Yeah, I know he's
been a while.
Now he decides that, well, I'll come back to the NBA and finish my career here.
He was actually an all-star for Orlando back in 2009. He played against the Lakers in that 2009 NBA Finals matchup. Morris. That's Kuzma's buddy. They've known each other since 8 years of age. Blue all the way. Vander rolls it up and in. G-League MVP.
Childress wasn't going to stand in the front of that one. He just opened the gate.
By the way, Beecham is in and Zimmerman in. Let's tell you about them. Steven Zimmerman is wearing number 21. He's out of UNLV. He's a big kid, 7 feet, 240. Second year was a second-round pick of Orlando. And BJ Beecham from Notre Dame played 4 years there, was undrafted, and signed as a free agent with the Lakers. He's wearing number 15.
Another three-pointer by the Nuggets. This one by Craig.
Vander. Here's Beecham. So he got his first shot up on really his first offensive touch. Monty Morris. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to play. The lead misses Zimmerman. Big body has it. Right there, Weber. Oh, cutting is Josh Hart to throw it down with 2 hands. Good play. Good cut.
Sure, Coach Malone over there is giving this unit a nice look, especially on the defensive end. And it's like 2 or 3 times now they've had some real breakdowns.
Lydon, little ball fake. Sold it with Zimmerman. And Morris scoop it up and in.
Change of direction. Had his defender Weber going one way, and he changed it with the other.
Morris, an Iowa State product. There for 4 years. Vander Blue hangs in the air and has a basket.
See, that's the 4th breakdown. This time Malone jumps off the bench, and he's letting this group have an earful as they head to the bench. It's all about the teaching from the coaching standpoint. You got to forget the scoreboard. You want everybody to do it the correct way every day.
Yeah, we'll let the Laker girls entertain us with 1.5 minutes to play. Let's check the preseason calendar. Why don't we, Stu? Because it kind of dictates where we're going.
3 left for the preseason calendar.
Hope everybody is healing up in Las Vegas. We will be there.
It's going to take a while
Sunday.
to heal. It'll take a while to heal up from that.
I heard everybody talking about it's bringing the community closer together, obviously, after their horrific events of earlier in the week. But we'll be there. And the game is on. 6 o'clock Sunday against Sacramento. So we'll see you all out in Vegas then. Tuesday at home against the Jazz. See Ricky Rubio and company. And then next Friday, it's a Clipper home game. But we've got it for you. In fact, we've got all 3 games for you here on Spectrum Sports Net.
All the games were allowed that we'll have on Spectrum Sportsnet. You know, there's a few this year that
12
the league won't let us.
Yeah, 12 of them. Well, it's the maximum, the Lonzo Ball effect. The league took 12 exclusives for the national TV, so you know you've arrived a little bit when you get the maximum amount of games. Including the first one against the Clippers on the 19th. Spinning is Craig. Gonna hit the heel. Fall into the hands of Hart. That's a good pass to the right wing Beecham. They get it down the floor quickly. Zimmerman with a nice touch left-handed. So the big fella runs the floor.
He used nice touch. He is left-handed, by the way, so he didn't use his offhand.
Easily. Ooh, Josh Hart was right there at the rim. They tapped once, twice. Under a minute to play. Hats off to everyone here for coming out. The IE represented themselves very well tonight again. With purple and gold. Beecham underneath. Good little move. With not a lot of room. VJ Beecham. He was a pretty good three-point shooter in college, was Beecham. Morris. Trying to work it. Got another half a minute to play. Lakers will push the basketball. Josh Hart puts it in. Well, takeaways tonight are obviously going to be not a lot of defense for the Lakers. And another good game by Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, what did he end up with?
Kuzma with 23. What's that, Brian? What's Kuzma got? 21. Thank you, Brian. Everyone here operating without stats, so it's been an interesting night. He can only do so much.
I know.
So thank you, Mr. Hagan. Yeah, exactly. All right, that'll do it. Thanks, everyone, for watching. For Stu and Mike, I'm Bill McDonald saying so long. From Ontario, where the Lakers fall 122-104. Make sure to catch our next telecast on Sunday at 6 when the Lakers host the Kings in Las Vegas. Time now to check in with the studio for Access Sportsnet Lakers, presented by your Southern California Nissan dealers. We'll see you this weekend.